There are athletes who inspire us with their talent, and then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, a man who inspires with his will. His journey is not merely about football, it's about the power of human determination, the kind that refuses to bow down to fate, to pain, or to doubt. When you look at Ronaldo, you're not just seeing a player. You're seeing the embodiment of what happens when sheer discipline, obsession, and unbreakable focus collide. Cristiano Ronaldo's story begins far from the glittering stadiums of Madrid or Manchester. It starts on the small, rugged island of Madeira, Portugal, a place of breathtaking beauty and quiet struggle. Born into a poor family, Ronaldo had no silver spoon, no easy road. His father, José Diniz, worked as a kit man at a local football club, while his mother, Maria Dolores, cleaned houses and cooked for others just to keep her children fed. In a world where dreams were often too expensive to afford, Ronaldo dared to dream anyway. His earliest playground was the narrow streets of his neighborhood, where he chased a football made of rags or plastic bottles. He played for hours, barefoot, against boys older and stronger than him. It wasn't just play, it was practice, passion, purpose. Purpose. From the beginning, he had something rare, an inner fire that never went out. When others saw limitations, he saw possibilities. When others rested, he trained. Determination became his identity. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo's talent caught the eye of Sporting Lisbon, one of Portugal's top clubs. But to join them, he had to leave his family and his island behind. Imagine it. A boy barely in his teens, moving to a big city alone, sleeping in dormitories, crying himself to sleep, missing home. Many would have given up. But Ronaldo didn't. He turned his loneliness into fuel. He told himself, "I'm going to make them proud. I'm going to make the world know my name." Every insult, every challenge, every obstacle became motivation. When teammates mocked his accent or his skinny frame, he trained harder. When coaches told him to rest, he stayed longer on the pitch. He wasn't content with being good, he wanted to be unstoppable. But just when his dream was beginning to take shape, life tested him again. At 15, Ronaldo was diagnosed with a heart condition that threatened to end his career before it began. Doctors warned him he might never play football again. For a moment, his entire world stopped, but giving up was never in his nature. He underwent surgery, recovered faster than anyone expected, and returned to training stronger than before. That's determination, not the absence of fear, but the courage to fight through it. By 17, he made his debut for Sporting's first team. Within a year, the world began to take notice. And then, in 2003, during a friendly against Manchester United, a young Ronaldo turned defenders inside out with his blistering speed and skill. Sir Alex Ferguson was so impressed, he signed him immediately. Now, Ronaldo was at one of the biggest clubs in the world, but the real battle was only beginning. England was tough. The media mocked him for his flashy tricks, his attitude, and his style. They said he was overrated, that he wouldn't last. But Ronaldo thrives on doubt. He turned every headline, every criticism into motivation. He trained harder than anyone, perfecting his body, his technique, his mind. He didn't just want to silence critics. He wanted to leave them speechless. At Manchester United, he evolved from a showy winger into a world-class player. He became faster, stronger, more efficient. The step-overs became goals. The flair became fire. In 2008, he won his first Ballon d'Or. But what set him apart wasn't the trophy, it was the mindset behind it. Even as the best, Ronaldo never felt enough. He never said, "I've made it." Instead, he said, "I can do better." That's the mark of true determination, never settling, never stopping, never believing that you've reached your limit. In 2009, he made the bold move to Real Madrid for a record-breaking fee. The world was watching. The pressure was suffocating. But Ronaldo didn't just handle it, he dominated it. For 9 years, he ruled Spain with an iron will. Every game was a statement. Every goal, a message. That hunger never fades when it comes from within. He trained like no one else. Stories from teammates describe how he'd arrive hours early, stay hours late, and demand more not just from himself but from everyone around him. He wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing perfection. But even perfection doesn't come easy. He faced injuries, heartbreak, losses, and endless scrutiny. Yet not once did he give up. He learned, adapted, fought, came back stronger every single time. That's determination, the refusal to let failure have the final word. Perhaps no moment captures his spirit better than the Euro 2016 final. Portugal against France. Ronaldo's dream of winning a major trophy for his country was finally within reach. But in the first half, disaster struck. A brutal injury forced him off the pitch. Tears streamed down his face as he was carried away. The boy who had given his life to football was now powerless to play. But determination doesn't always mean playing. Sometimes it means leading. Ronaldo stood on the sidelines, shouting, coaching, pushing his teammates with the same intensity he played with. His fire became theirs. And when Portugal lifted that trophy, it wasn't just a victory, it was proof that determination can win even from the sidelines. And he didn't stop there. He moved to Juventus, conquered Italy, and then returned to Manchester United, still hungry for more. Even as he crossed into his late 30s, his body remained a fortress of discipline. While others slowed down, Ronaldo kept pushing. Even in Saudi Arabia at Al Nassr, his determination burns as bright as ever. Because for him, greatness has no finish line. Cristiano Ronaldo is not just a symbol of success. He's a symbol of persistence, of what happens when a person refuses to surrender, no matter the odds. He once said, "Your love makes me strong. Your hate makes me unstoppable." That's not arrogance, that's belief. A belief forged in the fires of struggle, loss, and sacrifice. He turned every doubt into drive, every failure into focus, every pain into purpose. What makes Ronaldo truly special isn't his trophies, it's his transformation. From a poor boy in Madeira to a global icon, he built himself from the ground up, brick by brick, day by day, hour by hour. Determination was the foundation of everything he became. He is proof that talent might get you noticed, but determination makes you unforgettable. That success isn't about where you start, it's about how much you're willing to fight for where you want to go. Ronaldo's story is a reminder that there's no magic formula for greatness. There's only work, endless, consistent, ruthless work. It's about waking up every day and deciding to be better than you were yesterday. When you think of Cristiano Ronaldo, you think of goals, records, and glory, but what you should really think of is his journey. The hunger, the pain, the sacrifices, the fire that never went out. He isn't just a footballer. He's a symbol of human determination, of the unbreakable spirit that refuses to accept limits. Because true determination isn't about how many times you win. It's about how many times you rise after falling. And Cristiano Ronaldo? He never stopped rising. That's why he's not just a legend. He's the very definition of determination, a living example that no matter how far you've come, the only real limit is the one you set yourself.